Hello everyone and welcome to another momentous episode of Aurogiri Pro Tips, episode 40. To think that hundreds of different people around the world have clicked on videos to listen to me talk about tips 40 different times, or about to do it 40 different times. And I applaud you. So the topic for this video is changing channels, and changing channels is an immense pro tip in this game. So let's say like you're in Onigashima and people are talking about the stupidest of stupid things, anywhere from asking how do I jump to talking about internet things and stupid stuff and having dick contests and talking about random stuff and trying to figure out which characters are female and which ones are male and all the stupid stuff that happens in Onigashima and the Rift. And you know, you're just trying to think about, I don't know, ornamenting something, or you know, we're choosing what alcohol, whatever, and every 2 seconds you have a little bleep, beep, 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 and you're like, oh, someone talking to me, someone talking to me, someone talking to me. Because you know that one time you didn't answer any of the things while you're doing stuff, someone was actually talking to you, and now you're paranoid, all that stuff. Well, here's one simple pro tip to make that all go away. Just change the channel on the TV and do something else. No, I'm just kidding. I'd never say that. I mean, change channel as in go to system, hit channel, and go to like channel 3 or something, because there'll be no people bugging you on channel 3. Trust me. No one even, I didn't even know there was a channel 3 of Oshu until I did this. So, you know, Onigashima, you don't want people joining your parties. You put a box in your head, it says reserved. They walk up and say, oh, is that reserved for me? Well, thank you. I'm going to settle myself in this party with the 120s. Hey, guys, you know, I just got in. I'm glad I caught the party box. I can't wait. Can you guys help me run Cave of Dreams on Hell? And then they get kicked and they don't know why. Well, not all of that is pure anecdote and not part of this video. So, or the video topic. So the pro tip about changing channels, yes, changing channels is when the game gets a little too congested and people talk too much and you're just trying to concentrate, do your own thing. You know, you want to change channels. So Eva knows it's not for you. So, you know, you change channel, you get out of the situation. But there are other pro uses to changing channels, and that's what we're going to talk about. So, you know, login is in another hour for everyone at the time of this recording. So it's 2:55 for me. Login's at 4 o'clock. So, you know, you always want to, like, let's say, like, my group always does the warding, so either Gargoyle or Dragon Arc at 4 o'clock. And we'll, you know, we always want to do that on login. We don't want to waste our time, because we'll get the wardings done. It takes 20 minutes. Then we'll have about 40 minutes to ourselves during this recess period of the only time we ever do stuff, because it's login. And then we'll go and do Creek or a Moon Dungeon or something, or farm some drop, whatever it may be. You know, we want to maximize that 30% drop boost for whatever it's worth. Or EXP, whatever, you know. So one pro tip we found is when we're doing our wardings, you know, we won't go to channel 1 because channel 1 is literally, not literally, but like, you know, it's very cancerous, you know, everything is just laggy and bad. And I don't mean that, I don't mean to offend anyone who has cancer and stuff. God bless your heart, you're still here. But, you know, that's the internet term for just, it's too congested and infectious and you don't want to catch their disease. You know, it's just, it's gross. You know, you don't want to deal with that. So the primary use of changing channels is, okay, we're going to go to channel 3 to go do those Dragon Arc things so no one bugs us, jumps in our parties, all that stuff. So then, but that's not it. Now, sometimes some people, what they'll do is, you know, they'll show up to Onigashima for login, and then they get through the portal, login's ticking, they're waiting for everyone to show up. By the time everyone showed up, maybe 5-10 minutes go by, and you run out of time later on during your login, whatever. So one thing that we do is we'll wait in channel 3, right? And we'll have everyone show up in channel 3, and then before login, and then when login's ready to go, because ever since the Edo update or the Islands update, we could change channels while being in a party. Before you couldn't change channels in a party, but now you can. And what that means is you can have everyone in channel 3, and we say, okay, is everyone good? Everyone's gone to the potty. Everyone's had their snack, their juice. Are we ready to go kill the giant dragon? We'll say yes. We say, okay, we're all going to change to channel 5. And by changing channels, we'll trigger login. And that way we're all on login the same time. Our cycles have all lined up. We go in, we fight the dragon, we come out. We go in, fight the dragon, come out. We're victorious, we complain about our drops, we go our separate ways, and we do login. That's how we do that. Because little known fact, login triggers every time you load in. However, login will not trigger when you load into a dungeon or the second room of a dungeon. So if you want to do this dungeon quickly before login and there's a portal, like you're doing Sado Mine, right? You just want to do a quick Typhon run, maybe get a Fruit of Transience or whatever you want. And you notice, oh no, it's 4 o'clock and you just killed the frogs before Geno Buster guy, Oppenheimer. And you're like, my login's going to start. You go through that portal, login does not start. Login cannot happen while you're in a portal, or while you're in a dungeon, I should say. So however, login will take effect when you load into the field. So you come out, you come into Sadoshima, and login will start. So what we do is, we'll wait for everyone to get ready, and then we'll all change that channel. And when you change that channel, you reload in without going into a dungeon or anything. And login triggers right then and there, and you're ready to go do your dungeon with the most amount of login possible. Furthermore, with using this tactic, you don't have to worry, this is like the whole early bird gets the worm thing. Because as long as you're there early, your login will not start till you switch channels. So that means, let's say you want to do something on your login, but something comes up. You got to go cook supper. As long as you don't go through that portal or change channel or whatever, login will not trigger. So, that puts you in control of when login happens. Login doesn't just, oh, you logged in, here's your surprise, 1 hour at a time. So, this is something we do. We do it a lot, and it saves time. It's very helpful. Because when we do this, especially for wardings where DCing is bad when you go in because you lose your energy, what we do is, it's sort of like a preemptive thing. So when we change channels going to 5, a lot of times one of us will disconnect changing channels. They'll get that load error when that happens. And we'll it's better it happened changing channels than in the dungeon. And sometimes we don't change channels, we don't do this, and people DC in the dungeon, and that's the worst. So it's better to get the DC out of the way before you go in. So it's very helpful for saving energy and stuff like that, and for triggering login and just making sure everything happens when you want it to. It's a step first. It puts you in control. So that's pro tip 40. How to change channels, how useful it is, get rid of the congestion, make sure everyone's on the same page before things happen. And as one final tidbit, there are field bosses on every channel. So just because you're field boss hunting, although I don't think many people do that anymore. Let's say you're field boss hunting, and then you check all of channel 1. Yawning a bit. You check all of channel 1, and then, you don't find anything. You change channels, you might be right on top of a field boss. Changing channels helps. So that's just another tidbit about the power of changing channels. And I hope this helps everyone not get that many DCs and helps them concentrate more and avoid the rabble of Onigiri. So thanks for watching Pro Tips 40, and I hope you all have a good weekend.